day's going fine. Talked to my best friend. Supposed to be talking sometime this week, so we'll see how that goes. Made some new art. Did some more of my freelancing job I have to do that I did. Been a very productive day. Tired, yes, but at least I got what I need to get done, so that's good. How was your day, Nick? My days typically during the week are very productive, actually. Um, oh, I'm so sorry it's stressful. I'm just glad that I got to talk to my best friend. Hopefully, I get to talk to her on the phone later this week. Plan on with the planet. She's busy, I'm busy, so we'll see how that goes. But I am really happy that I made some new art today. Um, and hi, Imani. Um, I'm thinking. Oh, hi, Mildred. How are you? Actually, I really like the new art I made today. Actually, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make some because I was kind of busy, but I think because I woke up, the time I woke up, I was able to do what I needed to do, so that's good. Um, but yeah. Also, I'm thinking what else. No, I'm thinking. Um, no, I've caught all my shows that I need to pick the current season of my shows. They're all really diverse and different, but I like all of them the same, so that's good. Um, Nick, since you say you're stressed, honestly, you could. I know you are. You don't really pay attention to the comments or the chat. Since there haven't been any trolls and this channel has been more safeguarded because I put it on subscriber mode. Why don't you you can listen but do something that you would enjoy at the same time. Because I know stressful situations sometimes you need a moment of peace. That's the whole thing. Uh, Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, I do think that this actually I'm pretty certain that this channel will get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year because it's already inching its way towards that goal. So I'm pretty sure that will be a thing. Um, no, none of my stuff is discounted. Um, just to be clear. Um, I know people that have bought my art, like both Mildred and Costas. Both of them like buying at the price that they buy it at, so I'm not putting discounts on it. Um, but that was a good question. Um, and also, no names for each person is in on the poems because I don't ever do that. Um, yeah, I don't put names for the people who were in it will know which lines they've done. I purposely don't put names because there are people that are weird, and let's be honest, there are people that are weird out here. So I try to protect privacy as much as I can. Even on my videos, I don't put names in them. Only name that people know is mine. I don't know anybody else's. I purposely do it that way because I know people like to protect their privacy, and I think it's important to protect their privacy because, like I said, there are weirdos out here. I've encountered weird people online, so I'm not trying to expose anyone to that. But yeah. Yeah, the poem should be. I should actually. I plan on doing it on Thursday. Like, my other two art pieces, and I'm gonna make the poem as an actual thing. So honestly, I bet Nick is awesome at his job. I just think he is probably because he's really good at doing this moderating thing, and I think his job is probably more complex or probably more complicated. That he's really good at that. But I know his passion is computers, so I think it probably honestly I feel like his job fits him. Yeah, I know. I'm being like a little dork, but I don't care. Honestly, I tend to brag about people that aren't matter to me. Like my best friend, I would brag about her, but yeah, I'm not doing that on here because I feel like it's more of a personal thing. Um, yeah, I love her though, to death. Um, just glad I got to talk. I was able to catch up with her because I knew a lot of stuff was going on in her personal life, so that made me happy to be able to talk to her through text. But I'm gonna talk to her on the phone this week sometime. I have no idea when that's going to be. Um, honestly, I believe that I'm sure that your job is probably um very demanding and probably nerve-wracking because people are probably coming to you with trying to figure out answers and you may not have all the answers, which is understandable. You're human. But I know I'm pretty sure you try your best at each of the stuff that you have, each of the issues or challenges you probably face. But I'm pretty sure everyone that has a job, when they're faced with challenges, it may be difficult, but they figure it out eventually. You don't have to be perfect. So yeah. Um, what was I thinking? I watched all these different I watched all these different shows, like some that are South African, some that are, what was I watching earlier? Not sure if it was Portugal, something. I'm not sure which country it was. I'll watch all these different shows. I like Netflix, I think, a little bit better than Hulu because of the translation. Like, you can translate different languages into English, and, like, they don't do that on Hulu. It's kind of annoying by the freaking way. Like, on Hulu, you have to either you can't either, if they don't have the, like, one with the translation, you have to watch the original, and it's hard to follow along, especially with anime. Animated stuff, you can't watch and read at the same time. It's not easy to do that. Um, yeah. So sometimes I wait until the actual English version comes out because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going so fast. I'm supposed to read and you're talking, and then I'm like paying attention to the anime or whatever, and like, no, like that's too much. Like, I wish they did the same thing on Hulu as they did on Netflix, where you can have the English translation and then the English word, so with the dialect that's the same, so you're like not trying to figure out, oh, what's happening here, like, even though I know sometimes the mouth movements don't match up, but that's understandable. It's not the same language, so it wouldn't match up. Mm, I think it's quite cool though. Uh, yeah, I don't really like subtext. I mean subtitles, only because when I'm into a show, I don't feel like reading the subtitles. I want to just watch it and like absorb the whole thing. That's why. It's not because they're not um, important, but they just like I need to focus on what I'm watching. Like, so that's more of what it is. Like, I'm watching a lot of different shows, like a whole lot. My best friend was like, "What's your favorite show right now?" And I'm thinking, my gosh, I can't. In my brain, actually, I asked her what her favorite show is. If she asks me what it is, I can't even answer that question because I watch so many different shows and all of them I like them for different reasons. So I can't quite pick between which ones I like. Well, yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Nick. Subtitles subtitles are beneficial when you miss something. I agree. But well, I'm sorry you're bummed, Amani. At least I don't think well, Mildred can vouch. I don't think my stuff is priced too high. I probably am I'm probably honestly the pricing I said it is. Yeah, I don't think my prices are high enough, but I don't price things really high. Like, I'm not one of those people that price things like hundreds of dollars. None of my stuff is hundreds of dollars, so I'm not sure. And Mildred, can you say what do you think? If you think the stuff that you bought is affordable, or do you think it's too priced high? Because I'm seeing people have art that's like priced at hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. Um, yeah. because like I think I actually used to price before I set that price point, it was way too low, and my mom was like, "Mariah, your pricing your price is way too low." Like, um, honestly, I think my prices are decent. Um, like, yeah, the only thing that actually I don't think anything in my thing is $100. There's one that's probably like 50 or 75, maybe 75. That's only because there was several pieces or several it's a document that has several pages, so it makes sense why it's going to be higher priced. But yeah, and so I don't know. I know Costas and Mildred are the two that buy, so have bought my art. So I can't say. I know for her, she thinks it's reasonable. I think my prices are reasonable, but I'm also the one who sets them, so I can't say for other people um, what they think because it depends on what you can afford. Um, like, cause I've seen art, like, cause I like art. Let's be honest. Actually, no, I'm 100% honest. I love art. So, and I've seen art pieces that are like hundreds, like $300, $400 for one piece. Um, Now to me, if I had that kind of money, that'd be awesome. But I would never price myself that high, unless I became like a professional artist. Like that's the only way I do that. Because I know no one, I don't think anybody on this channel can afford that kind of price. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Because all my price points are about the same. I know you're gonna say professional. I mean, like no, when I say that, I mean of one that's like in the gallery, like one of those people, like the ones you see in galleries. Those are like 400, 500. Let's be honest, it goes up to 1,000 plus thousand, thousands of dollars. I'm talking about one person that's been in a gallery is what I mean when I say that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be watching out for my comment section because I see someone. It seems like they're being a nuisance, and I'm watching. If I see more of it, they're going to be getting blocked because I'm tired of nuisances. And I'm dealing with that. Like a person that's purposely going out of their way to make trouble, and I ain't dealing with that. And nobody on this channel has to deal with things that I don't want to deal with. And Nick, if you let me know if that comment under your there was a comment under your post, and let me know if you want me to remove it or not. It was under this post I did about people with lung disease. The myth about people with lung disease. If you look under that, under your comment, you can see a comment. Let me know if you want me to delete that comment or not, or you can. Or wait, actually, I don't know if you have access to deleting it or not. No, it's not trolling. It's just the person. I don't know if they're being serious or I don't know, they're irritating me, and I'm like, yeah. So if I see more of that. I think their name is like Welsh something. I don't know the whole thing. Can't remember. Let me look. I can see it actually on here. I deleted some of their comments already because let's see, their screen name for your it's under your post. It's called oh, you're able to remove it. Okay, it's called Welsh Swordsman. That's what it's called. Yeah, I disabled. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about under my comments. If he wants to remove that person, or does he want, he can do it, I guess. But one thing I will say I appreciate about YouTube is that it's when it sees something I already blocked, it will push it to my hidden review until I decide if I want to push it through or not. Cause I saw it only because I was looking at something, and then I also saw them put other comments that were held in review, which I deleted because I was like, that's not necessary because they're saying the same thing over again. And I feel like they're trying to blame people for, particularly why I said about deleting the comment under Nick's post is because they're trying to say it's people's fault if they get the disease when obviously, clearly, you weren't listening to the myth or reading the pinned response under it, because obviously we're not talking about people that smoke and they decide to smoke and whatever. Not that it's okay to blame them or whatever for the disease they get, but my point is, I feel like what they said to you had nothing to do with anything. It didn't even, I feel like it didn't even understand. They didn't read your comment, they just wrote what they decided they wanted to write, and I'm thinking, so what is their point of putting this here? Like, it was kind of pissed me off when I was reading it, honestly. Um, and yeah, but it just made me annoyed. And then I kept seeing more, like a couple more comments that were the same that you guys couldn't see because it was in my held and review folder, so I was getting aggravated more. Um, which is why I don't understand why YouTube would allow the same similar comment to try to come through on the same like thing. It's almost like I don't know. It kind of made me aggravated, just to be honest. I was gonna say, but honestly, I don't know. Maybe they were just being irritating, that person. I'm not sure if they were being a nuisance or irritating. They're just getting on my nerves, all I know. And typically for me, when someone gets on my nerves multiple times, I get to a point where, okay, if you keep doing it, then I will just remove you from the channel, and that's what I'm getting to. Is what Hence why I want to know if that comment irritated Nick, so I know if I should block or remove that person from this channel or not. Because I'm at that low. I'm almost at that point. You said you're okay. You're just gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm not responding because I was got to respond when I saw it, but then I was like, yeah, because sometimes people write those kind of comments to get a response in order. The only reason I did almost wanted to remove it is because he was trying to say people that smoke cause their own diseases. Yeah, maybe they have more likely to get like cancer or lung disease or something. But I don't think that's. I just don't like that that comment seems to vilify people, and that's why I almost want to remove it. That's why, because it makes it seem like Mariah supports the vilifying of people, and I don't. You already know I don't support that. So I just don't want it to make it look like, oh, Mariah, because Mariah allowed this person to comment, even though they're entitled to their opinion. Um, that it must mean make it seem like Mariah believes it too, and I don't want ever to it to be like, oh, Mariah believes just exactly what that person said. That's a main reason. I try to protect this channel as much as I can. Well, of course, I'm not perfect at it, but that is the thing. Um, you said the assumption there is that everyone. Honestly, I never thought about the addiction because I didn't. I've never had an. I've never had it. Don't, at least that I'm aware of. I've never had addiction problems. At least I don't have one to smoking. If I do have addiction problems, I don't know about them. I guess maybe I like sweets a lot. I guess that could be considered an addiction, but I know how to like stop it. But particularly, I know addictions are hard to stop. So I don't think it's like I said. I don't think it's fair to vilify a person because you don't know their whole history. You don't know anything about them because there are certain reasons why certain people smoke. Sometimes people do it for stress relief. Some people do it because um, there's just reasons why. Like things like it's an escape mechanism. Like I don't know, coping. Like the point is, like I don't know why people choose to smoke. I can't. I'm not a smoker. I can't say I'm not a smoker. And even if I was, doesn't mean I know the reason a particular person was why anyone would want to smoke. I don't know. Can't answer that. But I don't. I just don't like the idea of vilifying somebody because they choose to do or don't do not to do it. That's all. Um. Yeah. He spoke for many years, and I think everyone. There is that. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Sorry, Nick. I just realized I was reading. Was reading the comment you wrote below, and then I started reading the comment. Don't ask me. I also am tired. Sorry about that. You said I smoked for many years. It took a lot to finally quit. Actually, I can understand that. Because I feel like when you do that for years, it becomes a habit. So you're like, it's harder to break. Not that I've been there, so I don't know. But I know if something becomes a habit, it is hard to break. They say it takes 21 days to break a habit. I don't know why it's 21 days, but they say it's 21 days to break a habit, which I think is actually a true statement. I think I've tried that before, to break a habit that I've had. You said it started a social thing, but at some point, honestly, I could see how it could become habitual. I hate that word. It sounds way too close to the other word, but okay. uh, Hopefully I didn't make Amani mad for what I said about my art. Hopefully not. But I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just being honest. Um, which I typically am. But thinking. Um, I'm trying to. What am I trying to think? I just really wish. I hope one day I get to see. See, this is all. See, I was about to say something out loud, and then I realized, oh yeah, Mariah, you're on camera. You can't see what your thought was about to say. Never mind. Uh, See, I'm glad you can laugh at my mistakes, but I when I'm exhausted, I sometimes do what you just saw, where I will read from one statement and accidentally flip and read to another one, which is not the right thing. I do it, and I know it's a dyslexic thing because I do the same thing with my when I'm exhausted, which is not all the time, of course. Being dyslexic, and I don't do it. It's only happens when I'm tired. I sometimes will swap numbers. I never do it when I'm rested. Which is why I think probably sometimes people probably can't tell about my dyslexia because I don't do the common things when, um, oh, you mean the word, I'm not saying it again. See, I don't like saying that word because it sounds like you know what I'm saying, the B word. So you're not going to get me to say it again unless you put in anything which would not be fair. uh, See, I wasn't trying to make you be aware of it. I've always thought about that word. It just sounds too close to that word. So I've always, when I say it, I hate saying it because it sounds like I'm cursing at people, but I'm not. Back to the thing. I like being me, and I know sometimes people hate me for being me, but well, that's not my problem. That's their problem. You said let's go with the habit forming in the future. Actually, habit forming sounds better, but it doesn't work. You know, the other word just sounds better in a sentence, even though it sounds horrible when you say it. It works better because it's a more cohesive word, if that makes sense. But you didn't write habit forming in the sentence, so it's not my fault. I read what you wrote, so technically, this is not my fault. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not understand. Oh, I know why it sounds like it's because the word bit, and then the other part makes it sound. The other part makes it sound like that you're cursing, but you're not. It's true. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I forgot. This weekend, also on Friday, one of my friends. Wait, was it Friday or Saturday? It was either Friday or. Dang on it. I think it was Saturday. It was either Friday or Saturday. My friend surprised me by buying my art. He said he was going to eventually do it, but I didn't know when. He said he was going to surprise me doing it. I actually was surprised. I didn't expect him because sometimes when he says he's going to do things, I don't expect him to do it because sometimes he says it and then he like takes months to do it. So okay, I'm like okay, never mind. He's not gonna do it because people that say that, I don't know. I just because I get my hopes up often, which is a bad thing about Mariah. I hate being that way. Honestly, yeah, he is a nice guy. Don't know him in person. He's from Australia. Met him on Twitter. Same way I met Mildred. I know. See, you're Nick. You are really trying to figure out how it sounds like, dude. Uh, No, but anybody, let's be honest, when I've heard people say it and it sounds like that. I'm not the only one. I've heard people say it and it sounds exactly the way I said it. Nick, you're over here overanalyzing that word. It's not my fault. I didn't make that darn word. It's not my fault, I said. It's because everybody that says that word, it sounds like that. I'm not playing. We're doing that now. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I didn't make Imani mad about what I said, but I think my prices are reasonable. I don't know, but I know not everyone can afford my prices. And there's nothing, unfortunately, nothing I can do because I feel like if I set that, then if I push them down, then they're gonna be way too low. Um, so yeah. So yeah. Man, it's really windy here today. I don't know why it's so windy. I wonder if we're gonna get a storm. I hope to God. Now I'm tired of this weather. But yeah. But wait? Are you gonna start like figuring out words that sound kind of like they could be bad words, Nick, or something? Because I feel like that's where you might start going down that road where you start thinking about the words that sound like they're bad words to like figure out why they sound that way. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? I'm probably making him. It's just really windy here right now. It's been windy like that all day. Oh hi, Imani. I thought I made you mad, so I thought you left because I made you mad. Honest. But what's I gonna say? In the future, Imani, it's nothing to do with you personally. I don't like that button said hi. I rather someone just say hi. You know a lot of them, but you didn't dang on it. Why did I do that? See, I just caused you to damn it. My, you and your big mouth. You had to say things. Now he's gonna start bringing them up just because I said it. Wait, you're not gonna make me say them, right? Nick, don't you dare make me say them. I'm gonna ignore you if you make me say them. That's not nice. I'm talking about on the stream. I'm not talking about in general. I'm talking about on the stream. If you make me say that, I'm just gonna act like I don't see what you're writing. Cause right, it's not about to be embarrassed on this stream. Even though I know some people like doing that to me, make me embarrassed. Not that you do that. I don't like being embarrassed. It's a whole thing. Wait, you said you don't think oh, you're not gonna bring them? You're awesome for that. Don't bring them up. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, that must have been it must be my neighbor. I think it's the kid from next door. I was trying to figure out why. I think that's him out there yelling. I think he must have just came home. It is really windy. Hopefully he gets in the house safely. But um what was I doing? What was I thinking about? Oh yeah. Um, Dang. You know what's interesting? That's really interesting. Well, at least I think it's interesting, but probably most people probably think it's just snow around. You know when you watch something and then you go to bed and then whatever you watch is like in your subconscious. That happens to me. Like I was watching something. What was I watching one time for bed? It's 911 or was something else. Something. I think it was 911. That's a good German show, by the way. Freaking no. And I like 911 Nashville. I didn't watch 911 Lone Star. I don't plan on watching that. I love the crossovers. But I like when they do crossovers between the series. Because it fits well. And you said you would. Yeah, what? If you're laughing, what do you mean you would never? You, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, you would. I don't believe you. If you're laughing, you mean you would totally do it because you're a prankster. I know you would do that to me in person. You're like, Mariah, what are all the words? But the difference is doing it in person is different. It's not on cam. It's not on camera, so you don't got no blackmail proof. If you wanted to blackmail me, not that I'm condoning that. But just saying, like, I feel like it's the same with anything. Like when you do like a behavior that I guess is considered unusual. Is that the right word? I'm trying to think. You like don't want it caught on like camera, so like then you can't have be someone can't use it against you, and so like I'm not. It's like that's why I said if Nick finds words that I should say that are some bad, I'm not saying them on here because we're not making it sound like Mariah is doing things that she's not supposed to be doing on here. Yeah, no. Um, Honestly, I feel like he'd be like, actually, technically, he would be my kid brother because he'd be older than me, so that wouldn't work. I guess he'd be like my pseudo older brother. Dang it, even though I really still don't want that spot filled. This is bad. I'm still holding out hope that Chris will come back. I need him to come back. I don't care if it's weird. I need him to come back because I don't want to give that spot away. I just need it to stay like that. I need it to be empty still, till I'm ready. I haven't processed, but you're not a troll, so technically that don't count for you, Nick. You're not a troll, so you wouldn't do that to me. Um, no, honestly, I don't consider you a troll, so I don't know. I would never consider you a troll. You're not that. Don't you dare do that to me. Wait, are you thinking? Wait a second. Are you thinking about doing something? Wait, I think we do. Wait, what day is April Fool's? Oh, okay. What was I gonna say? Let me look when April Fool's is. Hold up. April Fool's is on Wednesday, so you can't do it. Technically, you can only do it in my comment section on Wednesday, next Wednesday. You can't do it. I won't be in a live stream, so technically, you missed a chance. I'm serious. I bet you would. Actually, I told you. I wonder what kind of pranks you'd pull on April Fools. Actually, no, I don't think I want to know that. I do and don't want to know that, Nick, because I feel like your pranks would go like haywire, and then I'd be mad, and then that would be a whole problem. And no, dude, no. Wait a second. You're thinking about doing something. You're like this character on this show that I was watching a while ago. It's a cartoon or whatever. And the girl she's like always doing pranks and stuff. She likes messing with it. Well, she's like supposed to be a comedian or whatever. And she is always messing with. Don't. Oh, I was gonna say don't. I said stop. No, stop thinking about pranking people. Bad. I was gonna say bad boy, but that sounds weird because you're older than me, so it doesn't sound right. I don't think that sounds right. So I'm gonna say no. Batman sounds weird to you too. I can't do it. No, I can't commit to either one. They just sound weird. Weird. I'm not doing either one of those. Oh my gosh, you're right. It is. It is. It is. Wow. Dang. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel conflicted that the year is like 25% over, basically. Um. But no, like I said, if you did that to me, I would get you when you least expect it, and then you'd be like, "Oh, Mariah, what did I do to you? You know what you did. What you mean you don't know? See, you know what I hate when pranksters do something to someone, and then the person gets them back, and they're like, "What did I do? Really? Are you kidding me? Like, if you did something, you should know what you did, dude. Like." Did you ever used to watch that? I don't know. Wait, it might have premiered there. Back when that show was it called Punked? Is that what it called with Ashton Kutcher? I think it was called Punked. I didn't really watch it. Like I think I watched a few episodes of that. I don't remember if I watched the whole thing. And but no, it is a classic. You know what you did thing because people. No, I'm serious. It's a thing. I've like watched shows and other things. They act like they don't know what they did, and then the person gets it back, and they're like, "What did you do? Like, I mean, what did I ever do to you?" And I really hate when people do that line, unless they have some kind of memory loss, which I can accept if you don't know. Okay, that's understandable. But if you know what you did and you act like, okay, why did the person get you back? Maybe because you did something, darn it. You said that was a line. That's the one I need to use. I honestly, you said that's the line you use when you get your brother back. Exactly though. See? Oh my gosh. So you guys are the same. Okay, that's terrifying. Oh no, that's what? Maybe that's a good thing I don't live near you because I've gone. That's so terrifying. If I had two people pranking me at the same time. Well, For him, Nick, he actually might not remember because you said he has ADHD, so it's possible for him he might actually not remember. I'm serious. Like I said, I'll give grace to people that like can't actually actually remember for real, but the ones who don't have that problem, then hell nah, man, hell no with that. That's not acceptable. Especially if it's a bad prank where you get hurt. That's literally not acceptable. Unacceptable. I'm so glad we never had. Huh? Wait, what do you mean I called it? Wait, I called it as in. Wait, are you saying I called it as in I got the answer right? Because I wasn't trying to get the answer right. Like I said, like if someone has like an actual disability or something that causes them to have memory loss, that's different. They might actually not remember. But the ones who actually do remember and they're doing that crap on purpose so that you don't get them back, then I hope they get it twice as hard then, because that's some bull crap right there. Like that's like, I'm sorry, but I've seen pranks where they show on like videos where the people actually get. Let's be honest, the person who's being pranked, some of them get hurt or they hurt the person that pranks them. I saw this one. I think my mom showed me where this idiot. Oh yeah, I remember he has. I know he has ADHD because you told me, but But I've seen this one where the guy, I'm sorry, but they shouldn't have pranked him. That was a bad idea. The guy got scared, let's be honest, which I can understand. This guy was in I think, a recycle bin or trash can, and he popped out. Why the hell would you do that, first off? The person was trying to get, I think, dump their trash or whatever, and he got scared, and his automatic response was punch. Can't say I fault you, because it's your own dumb fault. You shouldn't have done that. And I think it was like nighttime or like really close to where it's getting dark. Why in the hell would you do that? He's lucky he didn't get worse than that. I'm sorry. Like that's a reflex response of what it was, and that's kind of his own fault. He shouldn't have done that. I don't really feel bad. It's kind of like if a clown popped out, like an actual clown, and I slap it. It's not my fault because you shouldn't be near me. I'm just saying, and I really hate clowns, so I would not be a nice thing for the clown. Because if I hurt them, it's not my fault. Because you shouldn't have freaking scared me on purpose. I don't do clowns. I really hate them. I'm sorry. And it's ironic I hate clowns, but the reason I think I don't mind Big Comfy Couch is because I can see the whole face. I can see the face and the facial features. I think the nose is painted on or something. Even if the nose, I can still see the face. So the face is it's not a problem because it's not painted to the point where I can't see it. Like I don't like when people. That's why I don't like. I also don't like people that wear costumes. I don't know who the hell they are. Get away from me. That's my automatic response. Like, don't come near me and get away from me. I don't even like people who are in the mascot. Okay, now if I know the person in the mascot thing, that's not the same thing as if some random mascot. I think that happened in school. Pretty sure. I think college. I don't think I knew who the mascot was, but I think I could have sworn they were near me, and I don't like people in my space. Like, luckily I didn't freak out and do something because that wouldn't have been my fault if I did. Because you shouldn't be near me. You said over here there was a prankster who did. I really would love to freaking see if he got his behind. That'd be nice. I'm trying not to be mean, but that's what if he had gotten punched, it'd been his own dumb fault, dummy. Please tell me he got punched. Is it bad? I kind of want that because he shouldn't have been hiding in the. That is actually really disgusting. Why would you hide? That literally makes me sick. He hit an actual. I can't even. I would never even think to go in the trash can. That is really freaking nasty. The hell knows what was in that freaking thing. I just think about like the freaking rodents and nah, hell no. Somebody could have barfed in it. Hell no. It's disgusting. I'm like literally thinking about the nasty crap that could happen in that trash can. No. But not that I promote violence, but I'm not promoting it at all. I'm just saying, the point is, you're gonna try to protect yourself if someone tries to hurt, if you think someone's gonna harm, because in my opinion, the reason someone would hide in a freaking trash can. I'm not even a germaphobe, actually. My sister is the one. I'm actually not germophobic. Okay, maybe I'm slightly germophobic, actually. But not to the extent, like, let's be real. What is wrong with being a germaphobe? That is disgusting. You want feces or poop or whatever, and and urine and all the other disgusting things. Hell no. I don't even like when I have to pull the freaking trash can and it's disgusting. All the trash, all the crap from all the other things are on my trash can. It's disgusting. I don't want that on my hands. Every time I touch that thing, I feel disgusted because they don't be emptying our trash all the way. It's nasty. Leaving crap in there. They make me sick. Ugh. Especially the idiots. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry, but the trash people that are over here, they get on my damn nerves. They don't do it right. They always be putting our trash can in the street, and then I have to go and get it out the street because these fools in this neighborhood don't know how to drive, and they've almost hit things. And freaking ridiculous. Honestly, I've always had germaphobe, probably had germaphobic tendencies, which I didn't realize, but whatever. It's normal to like wash your hands after you touch a trash can or be near the trash can. I'm not going in no damn trash can. The only way I go in the trash can is if I have no choice and I'm hiding and there's no other freaking where else to go. That's the only way you'll see me getting a dang trash can. If there is like some person after me and I don't have anywhere else to hide, that's the only way I'll physically go in the freaking trash can. That's the only way you'll see me going in. That's disgusting. Otherwise, I can't do it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being not liking germs. Just because, let's be honest, germs make you sick. It's probably why people get sick so often, because they're not as they don't care about the germs. And then let's be honest, the ones that don't care about germs spread the germs to the other people, which that just pisses me off. Honestly, I don't think I'm a germaphobe, but whatever. I don't like germs though. Why the hell would I want that? I don't even like when people are sick in my house because then I get sick because I touch other things. It's nasty. And it's not their fault they're sick. It's probably because they got it from someone else. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm definitely not a country person. I don't think I could survive in the country. I don't think that would work out for me. Especially because of my misophonia. Misophonia would freaking piss me off. Because I don't even like when all the noises for the insects for myself because my misophonia goes wild and I can't focus anymore because my brain's like, Mariah, what the hell is that sound? Because there's one insect that makes this sound. I can't. Like my brain will just stop my thoughts for a while. I don't know what it is. Something around here makes a weird sound and the frequency of the sound I can't. My brain won't. It's like Mariah like. And it happens during the summertime, and I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what it is, and I want it. And I'm not sure if it's a cicada or some kind of cricket but it's not one of them. There's like multiple, like numerous ones, and that's why my brain's like, I can't take the sound. Like I remember this one time, my dad or my mom. I think my dad was driving me home from like the eye doctor or whatever, and this sound I could not focus. I know he was talking to me. Or at least he was trying to, and my brain was like, that noise. You can't hear nothing. Like it wouldn't let me listen to him talking because the windows were down. I could just hear this noise that was like in the tree. It was in the tree. Actually, it was in the trees. We were driving past the trees and the grass, and I could not focus on nothing he was saying. I know he was speaking to me, but I'm like, my brain's like, no. And I believe I'm pretty sure the city's probably the country's probably more cleaner than the city. But I just like actually I don't even live in the city. I live in the suburbs, which I guess technically is part of the city, I guess in a way. But I just can't. I don't want to. I don't. I just need to be where I just want to be where there's no noise, quiet, no sounds that will set my misophonia off. Like my misophonia, it's like I didn't think it was that bad until people told me that's a name for things where your brain can't tolerate certain sounds. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just thought, oh, Mariah has a Mariah thing, because I call things when I don't understand what they are and they affect me and no one else seems to have this problem. So I call them Mariah things. And then I learned later on, um, I've never really lived actually, no, I've never lived in the city. I've always lived in the suburbs. And why the frick is the tree moving like that? I don't even see any other tree moving like, wow, why is that the tree next to my window doing that? Oh, it's windy. Okay. Okay, I felt a little bit better because I was confused because I didn't see the other trees moving really. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. But I don't know. I like being me. I like being myself, and I know people are like, okay, Mariah, well, yeah, you shouldn't be a dog. You should be. I feel like most people want me to pretend to be someone else, but yeah, no. My mom actually, she has a point. The way I am it's gonna be whoever is ever dates me or marries me. They're gonna have to be able to put up with a whole lot because I'm not just. I don't. I don't even know how to explain it. My mannerisms are can be a lot for people. That's why I'm surprised my ex stayed with me that as long as he did because I didn't think most people could handle these mannerisms. Huh. Yeah. You stayed on farms many times. Huh. I don't think I've been on a farm, but I've never stayed on a farm. And I can't imagine staying on a farm because that means too many noises and my brain would not be able to tolerate all that sounds. Um, I can't. Like, I don't even know how people live in, like, I could never live. The one place I know I for sure I couldn't live is New York. I would never live there because I can't stand all the noises. I would literally think it would drive me insane. Like, it's called the city that never sleeps, which probably is accurate because of all the sounds, and I can't deal with that. I could go there to visit, which I've gone there before, um, but I could never live there, ever do that. I love my parents, and I honestly it would take a very specific person, like, to be in my life. Not, I could not just be with anybody, both for moral reasons and someone that doesn't try to change me, which I think, honestly, I don't know who it would be after my ex because he's the first person that was okay with me being me, and I don't know many people that are like that. I'm not saying there are none. I just have not met many. Actually, I've met some in college, but also I've met people that try in at least in college who tried to like get me to be like not be myself. It's not that. It's more like try to try new things, which actually is a good thing in itself. But back when I was in college, I don't think I was ready to accept that. Because it was easier for me to stay in my comfort zone, which is not always the best thing because like that means I can't take risks, which I think honestly, I think some risks are worth taking. Both in personal and professional lives, in your personal and professional life. But I don't know, maybe that's just a thought Mariah has. I don't really know. Um, I don't know. Um, and honestly, one thing I will say about parents and my siblings I love, very protective of what I say, my soft side. They don't want anyone to hurt me, and which is that is one thing I think that is a good thing because I feel like if someone who is with you wants to like hurt you emotionally, mentally, or physically, hopefully not any of those. I mean, I've been in situations where maybe not. I've never been hurt physically, thank God, but I've been hurt emotionally and mentally. So whoever, I think that might be another reason why I have. I wonder if that's another reason why I have. That might be another reason why I am different ways with different people because I've been hurt emotionally and mentally by certain people, and then I'm thinking that I think that it's caused me to often self-sabotage when something is too good because I'm like, okay, where's the pain coming? When's the pain coming? So it's like, okay, Mariah, the pain ain't coming, so you're gonna make it pain come. So then you know that this is not the right situation. But if you make the pain come, so technically you're making something out of nothing that was not actually a thing. You just possibly like that's the one thing I purposely made sure I did not do, even though in my body, like in my person, it wanted to self sabotage. And that's not even just with relationships. I've done that with, actually, I don't think I've done that with any friendships. I've only done that with relationships. Um, I think maybe some self conscious, is it subconsciously is the word? Subconsciously, sometimes I try to, honestly, I don't have good instincts, which is bad. I actually am I'm too trusting, which is actually damaging. It's not a good thing. Being too trusting, I'm learning more not to be as trusting as I've been. I've gotten myself in some dangerous situations, which could have been way worse if they were in person. They would, I think, situations where I could have been physically harmed. which is actually really scary when I think about that. Not that it wasn't scary before I thought about it, but yeah, I've been in situations. Luckily, I'm grateful for. Honestly, I'm grateful for my siblings and my parents. Of course, not every, let's be honest, we don't always agree. I don't think any family always agrees with what each of their family is. But one thing I will say, they are very protective of me, and that's the one thing I will never say. They are very, very protective because they know how I wear my heart on sleeve, which is not, when I say wear your heart on your sleeve, it means you are a person that's a sensitive person, which is not bad. It's just that people tend to take advantage of people that are sensitive, which is true. I've been taken advantage of a lot of people, people that I thought I trusted, people that, um, both in friendships and relationships, not with my ex, the most recent ex, but the two before him. Um, So, like I said, and also online stuff has caused me to shrink back about trusting people so often. A lot of online things have happened and caused me to shrink back of who I trust and who I won't trust, and who I decide I want to trust, based on their behaviors. Like I trust you and Mildred, Nick. Trust Nick and Mildred. I trust both of them. I don't trust everybody. I've learned. I trust some of my online friends that I met on Twitter and some that I met on Instagram. And of course, some of the people I've met in real life, some I don't trust either. But that's because some of them did some bull crap to me, so I don't trust them anymore, and I don't talk to them, which is fine. Done been through bull crap that I shouldn't have went through. Both me and my sister have been through stuff that we should never had to go through. Pretty sure the youngest one has been through stuff that she probably shouldn't have had to go through, but I don't know for a fact because there's a good amount of age gap between us, and we don't talk about everything. Um, but I think that, well, it's hard because for me personally, I tend to harp over the past and not be able to go past the past, which is not a good thing because it means I'm stuck where I shouldn't be. And so honestly, the freaking internet is way more dangerous than it was when I was a kid. Not that it wasn't dangerous back then, but I feel like it's gotten way more dangerous now, especially like with the AI and everything else. Like, because you could like the AI. The one thing that actually scares me. I don't know if I had kids. If I have kids, I don't think I'll let them. I don't know if I want them going on the internet. I don't think I want them to, but I can't stop them from going to the internet. I don't think I want them to go on it. Definitely don't want them to deal with no AI chat thingy because I've seen so many cases. I mean, so many things where teens have been like harming themselves. Like dying, which I can't say that word for some reason. I'll just say that word on the certain channel because YouTube is ridiculous. I can't say certain things that I should be able to say. Um, because the AI bot thing tries to act like a human, which it's not a human. First off, it's a freaking bot, which I'm pretty sure is controlled by some kind of algorithm or whatever the frick they do, and it's causing people to I can't even say it. It's not even there. Like I want to say what my words. And then this, because I know YouTube censors certain words, is bullcrap, by the way. Particularly because this word needs to be said and I can't say it. But yeah, I wonder if I'm gonna ask my best friend, is she gonna let her kids what is she gonna do? Because she has two girls. Not that that's any bad worse. Even if she had two boys, I think it'd be the same thing. Like if I was a parent, I definitely for sure. Hopefully one day I'll be a parent, but not yet. I definitely think for sure I'm gonna pay attention to what my kids are doing because a lot of times things unfortunately happen because parents don't know what's happening with their teen. And I understand, of course, they have life. They both have lives. I get it. And I understand work and busyness, but I think there should also be more parental checks. And I know that sounds stupid from someone that is not a parent, but and I'm grateful that I actually grew up in the time period I did because now I didn't have that same thing with AI and all this stuff, which I feel really terrible for the generation that actually have to grow up with this. Um, because like a lot of stuff can be falsely like presented and people believe it, which is actually really harmful for both mental and possibly physical well-being. But I don't know. I wish I could say more about that. I just don't think it's healthy. Like, even I don't even like using AI, even though I've had to use it because sometimes, like, some of my content that I have to use because there's no actual document I can pull from, I have to use AI, which I don't like doing, but I don't have a choice. Like some of my topics I came up with or wanted to do stuff on research on, it did not have like information for that actual topic, so I didn't have anything to draw from. So I had to use it. It used a collected. Well, there was articles, but I needed particular information, and they pulled from different articles. So the information wasn't just from random nowhere. It just was. It was not from this. Each of the pieces were not from the same article. So it just like gave an overall view of all the articles together, and it decided, oh, this is important. This is what key information from this like. But it's not like as in they pulled. I shouldn't say they pulled it from thin air. It's more like they pulled different pieces of different articles, and so yeah. Um, I don't know. Anyway, I know. As I don't think Nick is a parent. Mildred, are you a parent? Because you may be able to give me advice for future reference. And I say future because I don't know how long that is. Put the quotes behind it or in front and behind because I don't know how long in the future it will be where I have kids. I really hope it's before I really hope it's. I need it before I get to my 40s. I think that's soon though. Come on. Because they say the older you are when you have kids, the harder the more difficult it's going to be. Like, to, I really want to be able to play with my kids and stuff. And if I have my kids at too late of age, I won't be able to do nothing with them. I'm not going to be happy if that happens. I'm really going to be sad because I really thought I would have already had kids, but no. Definitely thought I'd be married. Not that I wouldn't still, I definitely would still been doing this channel and stuff and having my life, but it probably wouldn't have been as frequently as I'm doing it now. It would be different because, yeah, I knew you were uncle. I wasn't sure if you had, oh, you don't see yourself being a parent? I definitely want to be a parent, but I really hope my kids, I don't want to have them with the wrong person, though. That's the one thing I for sure don't want to deal with. Because I'm not trying to, even if I have kids, and I also don't think you have to be married to someone that you have kids with just because you have kids with them. That's ridiculous. That's a stupid. I think it's stupid. Like if I had kids with somebody and I didn't actually necessarily like the person, I'm not tying myself to you forever just because. Well, technically you're tied together, but you know what I'm saying. Like tied together in marriage, I won't do that. Like I won't, and I don't think it's fair to do that to myself. Um, yeah, neither one of my sisters have kids, so I don't have the like experience of being an aunt. Like, yeah. Funny thing is, my best friend, it's why it's so funny. She was the one that said she wasn't sure if she wanted to be a parent. Now she has two girls. And it's why it's funny, because like the people that typically say they're not going to be parents are the ones that end up being parents. Not that I do feel bad for the ones who really want to be parents and cannot like conceive. It actually makes my heart break. I really hope that's not my case. I just feel like it's going to be my case. I'll be depressed. I already said I will be so upset if that happens to me. Like I will be extremely upset if I can't have kids like really badly. Um, I bet. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But she probably is a really good parent. I haven't seen her. I've not seen her kids in person yet, because she lives in Canada. And unfortunately, I can't talk about it because every time I think about it, I get pissed off. Right? Don't get mad. Right? Don't get mad. Don't get mad. I'm not saying what I was about to say because, right? We're on camera. We can't say what we want to say because, yeah. Because YouTube, I know how they are. They censor bull crap when it's not a darn normal comment, but okay. Alright. Yeah. Not talking about that. Makes me mad because of certain things happening in the country. I can't do what I want to do. Honestly, you're probably one of the fun uncles, though. I bet you're like one of those fun uncles, though. I bet. Because, like, I just think I could see you being one of those uncles that, like, I don't know if you do this, though. I was thinking of, like, one of those uncles who give, like, the, kids like piggyback rides and like throws them up in the air. Cause I know when I was a kid, my dad used to do that with me when I was young. My dad like give us piggy, let us like we'd be on his back and he'd throw us up in the air and catch. Obviously, don't throw your kid up in the air if you can't catch them. Obviously, but my dad is awesome. Like he wouldn't throw us a pie. That'd be insane. No, a normal actual rate, like a little bit. Like you like just a little bit, not like all the way up to the. I don't mean like all the way up to like the up there. I don't mean that high. No. Um. Honestly, I feel like maybe no, but I feel like maybe if you meet the right person. No, my kids didn't. My dad didn't throw me up. No, but the thing is, my dad didn't throw me up randomly. I love my dad and I love my mom. Um. No, I'm saying don't. No, I said don't throw them up to the roof, like up there, up to like you see how where my ceiling is. Don't throw them up that high. I mean, just throw them up a little bit. But oh wow, so your only child. Dang, I don't want one child because I just don't want that. Because I always think about like I know my cousin, she's an only child, and I'm pretty sure she wanted siblings, and like so. Oh, you were laughing. Oh, you're laughing because I said advise you. Well, because you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't throw like I love I love the parents I have. Not everyone gets to have parents like mine. I am glad that they're not superficial and they're not like the ones who like are into themselves so much and don't care about other people. There are people like that out there, and I don't want to be around any of those people. Like I don't like superficial people. Don't like people that don't care about anybody but themselves. I don't like um people that. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. I don't want to be an only. I don't want to. I'm glad I'm not an only child. I sometimes wish I was only because of the bathroom situation. When I want to get in the bathroom and someone's in there, that's the only reason. It's not because I love my sisters. It's not even that. It's because when you need to go to the bathroom and your sisters are in, one of your sisters in there. You're like, I need to go to the bathroom, and like, which is grateful is that my mom will let me use her bathroom when I need to use the bathrooms or not. But that's one thing I'm saying I don't like. Like when I want to go in the bathroom, like and someone's in there, it's annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I'm pretty sure most people that have siblings understand my third point about what I just said. Unless they have their own bathroom, I guess they wouldn't understand that. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to get rid of it because me and Nick and Mildred were trying to figure out how can we get rid of that said hi button. It's just there. I don't know why it didn't ask for it to be there. It must just be a thing that YouTube puts there which I think is, be nice. I'm trying really hard. Oh, see, I knew you could relate to the bathroom thing. When you have siblings, people understand my plight. Like when you're trying to also, when you're trying to get ready or you have to get ready around the same time, you have to plan. I hate that crap. Like having to plan out when like if we had to go to work around the same time or whatever, because I know that happened when I was working too. We'd have to plan who's going first, who's going second, because like and third. Well, actually, my other sister wasn't working at the time, I don't think yet. But freaking really, why you? Well, that's actually no, that's good and bad because it depends on how many people are in your family. Um, but what did I say? Like because also our stuff is in the same bathroom, so even if you have to go to if you have to like wash your face, you can't wash it somewhere else. Like well, I don't know. Some siblings have their own bathrooms. We don't have that in this house, and it's too that would be too expensive anyways. Um, but point I'm making, most people that have siblings understand the plight of certain things. It's not that I wish my siblings away because I don't wish that. I don't have cats, so I'm good, and I don't want cats. First off, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, most people that have like it's not like as in it's just well I'm glad I have them because when you need someone to talk to I have like literally I can just go right to my I can go right to she's talking about the universal experience with bathrooms for people that have siblings. They understand the part where most people that have siblings understand the part where you have to share a bathroom and you want to go in there and someone's in there. Like people that have siblings understand that. People that are only children probably have never experienced what that's like. sorry, an only child. Never experienced what that's like, unless they have to share the bathroom with their parents. But I don't think that's a thing because I know my parents have their own bathroom, um, which is right because the master bedroom should have its own bathroom. That'd be kind of insane if they didn't. That would literally be worse, actually. So I'm glad. But back to what I'm saying, like most people that have siblings understand that there's certain things that you just want. Sometimes you also want your privacy or your alone time or your quiet. Like that's the one thing also sometimes gets on my nerves. I want quiet sometimes and I can't get it. It's not their fault. It's not. Like, to be honest, I'm sure that's what happens to them. Like they want quiet and they can't get it. So and which is like a thing. I think a sibling thing. Um, Honestly, I don't care about rich people like that. They have their own. They can have how many their own bathrooms they freaking want in their own house. But I don't care about that. The point I'm making for anyone who has siblings, rich or not rich, they understand that there's certain things that there are benefits. There's one con, in my opinion, for me, about having siblings is the bathroom situation. The other, I think most of my things are pros. Like you have people you can talk to. You have people you can talk to if you need someone to talk to. That's the one thing I will say it's freaking amazing for me. Like, I have my mom and dad I can talk to if I need to. Then I have my sisters if I need to talk. They can do the same, vice versa for them. They can do the same thing. For when you're an only child, that's the one drawback for you. One of the drawbacks for you. You're like probably lonely, and then you also don't have the immediate you can't immediately talk to them. You can even call them up on like for even if my siblings weren't here, I can call them on the phone. Like honestly, for me, I think if I didn't have siblings, I don't know if I would be as. Actually, I probably would definitely not have any. The only two people I'd probably feel safe around are my parents if I didn't have my siblings, because I feel safe around my siblings. And if my siblings weren't in the same house, I just call them if I need them, and they can do the same thing with me. Um, well, some people also may not have good relationships with their siblings, so it may be a drawback for some of them. But I can't. I sometimes think about what it'd be like to be an only child, but then I'm like, I'm also grateful that I have my siblings. So I don't know if I feel like because I'm one of those people who has siblings. I don't really know what it's like to be on the other side. It's the same thing for people that have only an only child. They probably wish they had siblings. Pretty sure that's how my cousin felt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how she felt. So. Honestly, like my relationship with my siblings was not good because it was my own fault that my siblings were not good, was not good. It was my own problems I had. Um, but like I said, I can just call them if I need to call them if like because eventually, let's be honest, we won't be living in the same house. Eventually, we'll have our own families, and like I hope we'll have get together. I hope we have like a whole lot of different fun stories to share in the future. Not if I decide to. Definitely can't wait to go to see Evanescence in a couple months. I'm so looking forward to doing that and with them and. I don't know what that's going to be like, but I know it's probably going to be fun because the last concert we went to together, all three of us, we had a really good time. And I don't think you missed anything important, at least not that I'm aware of. I think that I think both sides have their pros and cons. Like being an only child probably has pros and cons. Same with having siblings. You can have pros and cons depending on the particular relationship you have with your siblings. Oh no, you didn't really miss too many. You didn't miss anything important, at least that I'm aware of. But hey, Mildred, I don't know if you wait. I don't know if you were the one that liked the art thing, the art post. If you were, did you like any of the art, the three pieces of art that I did today? Um, they're at the top of the on coffees. They're at the top on Patreon. I highlighted them on in the shop. They're the three top on the highlighted area of the shop. Because I know someone liked it. I just don't know if it was you or if it was someone else. Um, because I wish it would tell me. That's the one thing I wish YouTube would get it. Like, can you like tell me who's liking it so I can know if it would let me know who actually saw it or not? Because liking doesn't tell me who saw anything. It just tells me someone liked it, and that does not tell me anything. not very beneficial, at least in my opinion. Honestly, I think Mildred and Nick are really good moderators. Honestly, couldn't have asked for any better moderators. My other moderator before you two was good, and then I don't know what happened to her. I don't know. She just disappeared and never seen her since. Um, but I'm not sad about it. People come, people go. Just like mom. That's the one thing I will say. There's a multiple things my mom told me, but that's the one of the things that I understand more as an adult. I didn't understand much as a child. So you probably weren't the one who liked it. I don't know who did. Oh, you might have liked it actually. You just might have liked it to remind yourself that there was new pieces. Um, Back to the saying. The one thing my mom said when I was, I don't know how old I was. I think I might have been in elementary school. She was like, well, she had told me and my sister. We were in elementary school then. She was like, your friends, yeah, because it's easy because I put the subscribe only on, so that means trolls can't just come in here and just say what the heck they want, which just makes it safer for this channel and safer for me and not as much work for you, which is good. Like I was saying, she used to say, oh yeah, she used to say Mariah. Well, she said when we were kids, Mariah and my sister's name, which I'm not saying. That like your friends will come and go, people and will come in your life for a season or for a time, and some people may not be lasting friends, or may not be people that are supposed to be in your life forever. And honestly, the funny thing is, I remember in college because I had me and my sister had both had a lot of friendship problems through our whole life, most of our life. We were like, at least I remember, I said for sure, I said in college, I don't want any friends in here. And that's the reason why I say it's funny is because that's where I met my best friend in college. I met her, my best friend in college. It's been almost maybe 16 years in late August, early September. 16 years since we became friends. Which is freaking ironic because I was like, I did not like her when I first met her. And it wasn't because anything she did. It was just I didn't like her because I had never met someone that was fully themselves from day one. I've never ever in my whole life I've never met anyone since from elementary school until I got to college. It was the first time I ever met someone that was actually fully themselves. I had never ever met, so it made me off. It was off putting to me because everyone I had ever met, they always were fake or phony or they acted a certain way, but they actually were not that way. So like I couldn't get a good read. So when I met my best friend, actually me and my sister have the same best friend, which is fine. I like that we have both the same best friend, but we have different relationships with her, which is completely fine. And because we had actually funny thing is we met her through another friend who we're no longer friends with because she wasn't actually a real friend, which is ironic because it was interesting to me. The whole situation was interesting, but I was like, I remember when I think I told her I didn't like you when I first met. I'm pretty sure she probably figured out that I didn't like her at first when I first met her. And the friends that you can get in arguments and still stay friends with, that tells me what kind of friend, how solid the friendship is. And like we've gotten arguments, we've got disagreements and stuff, and we're still friends. Like we've been through some stuff together, man. Some stuff that shouldn't even happen. Some with one another, some with a former friend, which I don't know why the hell she was a friend in the first place. Not trying to be rude or nothing, but it's a true statement. I don't understand why we put up with that bull crap that we went through. Me and my sister and my best friend, we shouldn't have put up any of that bull crap. Any of it. And me and my sister staying friends with her even after she did all that, did that stuff. I'm thinking, why in the hell did we do that? And I know I ended my friendship with that girl before my sister. I don't know, I'm not even sure if my sister's still friends with her. But I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not doing this. I don't understand, like, how you can be like that. I should have just followed my best friend's suit, because she was on the dirt money. She, like, and did that, like, I don't even remember what year it was. It was either was it our sophomore? It might have been, was it her sophomore year or our turn? I think it was her It was the girls, either junior, might have been her junior year or sophomore year. I don't remember. It was just it was bull. And honestly, I think I'll be friends with her till the end of my life. My best friend. I would be devastated if anything happened, and I know she'd be the same way. I would be so upset. Like, the reason I know this is because I remember when things happened in her life when I couldn't clean contact with her, I was really upset. And to me, when I have that kind of connection with someone, this is actually, which is really weird because that's how I feel about Chris. It's weird, and Chris is not my best friend, of course. Um, that's how I feel. The same way I felt when I couldn't get in contact with my best friend is how I feel the same way about Chris, which is odd because we're not best friends. And the reason I think I feel that way is because certain people I form an emotional a connection with, and it just sticks. And I know my best friend is one of them, and Chris is another. I really do hope he's alive. I think about him too much. I can't help it. I just need a sign that he is still alive or not still alive. I just want one. It's not even irrational. It's a rational thought. It's not as if I'm like trying to say, oh, reach me if he's not here, like reach beyond the thing and tell me you're not here. Like that's not I'm trying to do all that. No, I'm just asking. I just kind of want him to like. I just kind of want him to like reach out. Is all I want. I know it sounds stupid, but I can't help it. It's like certain people I have that emotional connection to. There are not many. I don't get many. I don't have many. And if I do have that one and I break it, I decide to. It's for a reason. It's not just like oh no. Like my best friend's one of them, and Chris is the other. They're and I know why that is like that because he's been through some stuff that I was there for. So I think because of some of those things, and I know he was trying to be there when for some stuff. It was funny. It was I remember before this whole thing where I lost communication with him. He was like, "Right, I'll be like your therapist," even though I know he was messing with me. Like he was trying to, because he knows I have mental health issues. I think he might have some too, but maybe not as significant as mine. And if they are, I don't. If they are as significant as mine, I'm not sure. But I just hope he like reaches out. I just want that to happen. I know it sounds stupid, but I just need to know he's okay. And I know people are like, Mariah, you're being obsessive. Yeah, I'm only being obsessive because I'm only being that way because I care. And for me, like when I care about somebody, I can't just if I care about someone like really intensely, it means it's not a bad thing. It may be bad for someone, the other person, but for me, it's a good thing because it shows that I actually have a there's a caring behind it. I don't even want closure. It's not even just about closure. It's more about knowing. I just need to even if actually I guess it kind of is a sense of closure, but at the same time, I just want to know there's like a I just need to know he's alright. Like if he's alright, then I can just move on because then you don't have to have this like I don't like the unknown is horrible. I hate that. And I know I have trauma because of when my grandmother passed. It just sparked a whole thing where I started looking at the obits after I can't when I have a kid hear from somebody when I've been in contact with somebody and they just literally suddenly contact and I haven't heard from them for like for a long numerous amount of time. It like literally makes me like it's where my brain goes and it wasn't like that before my grandmother passed. I was not like this. I didn't become where I was obsessive about like knowing if somebody's all right. And I know also he had some other stuff happening, so I was worried. That's another reason because I know he's similar to me with the mental health issues, with the suicide and other stuff. So I that's why I'm more concerned. Like so, I need which one to know. Like, not that I even if he wasn't here, I would have to accept it because I kind of already grieved it. Actually, no, I didn't I did grieve it. I grieved it like as if like my body like went through like the similar process with how when my grandmother died, which I actually knew about her death. So, but it went through the process of grieving, where I was like devastated, and to me that moment makes me more certain that something happened, which I really hope I'm wrong. I like being wrong on these cases. Um, and typically when I feel a strong grieving period, it means something is wrong, which is why I'm concerned. That's why I'm more likely to leaning towards the possible possibly he did not hear anymore. That's more why I'm leaning towards it because I had when I it's the same kind of similar reaction of when I grieved my grandmother. That's how it felt. there was like extreme loss of feeling, and I don't. I wish he could have came here so then I could see if he's alive or not. And if he came here, that means I know he's alive at least. It's not weird. Dang it. If I had his address, I would have went to him. And if he had my address, I'd tell him to get over here so I can make sure you're alive. And it's not weird. I don't care. And it's not even. It's not. I people probably like Mariah. The reason you're obsessed is because you like him. Yeah, I like him as a person. Yes, I would never. He and I could never be together. Even if he wasn't divorced. I mean, got divorced again or whatever, and whatever else. I don't care about that. I already know I'm too emotionally we're very similar, which is why that would not work. We're too similar in the way we react to things, so that would not work. And I would purposely, even if he was like interested in me like that, whatever, I would not cross that line because of that reason. Because I'm like, okay, if like we're this, if it's this intense as a friend, it's not a good idea to cross that line because of that reason. Like it's too emotionally attached now. Like it's when you worse if you like date and then you break up, it's gonna be a whole another level of pain, and I'm not doing that. Um, yeah. Especially because, like, be honest, um, I just wish, sometimes I wish I didn't care as deeply as I do. It's not that I don't want to care at all, it's just, I wish my caring wasn't so intense, because, like, all my other emotions, I wish that was not so greatly impacted by, and I know, I'm pretty certain it's because of being autistic, that caring level is, like, not at a level that is considered appropriate, but yeah, so I'm pretty certain that's probably why this is happening. And I know obsessiveness probably is part of being autistic. That is probably more heightened because of that. Um, I'm not certain for a fact, but yeah, I think certain things are more heightened. I definitely know the reason why it was concerning because I was like, because I was literally like, what were we talking about? This is right before I got to meet Thomas in person, which is my ex. That's his name. Not that you're gonna find him because I'm not telling you the last name. Um, Before I met him in person, I was talking to Chris about this, and I knew he was like, I think he, I think him. Wait, I'm not sure if I was still. I don't think I was still talking to Jackie at this point. I can't remember. I can't remember because that was like almost 4 years ago. Technically, it'll be 4 years in October, but I think we were talking about that and like because it hadn't happened yet. Of course, he doesn't even. I don't even think if he is alive. I don't think he knows that this has happened because I haven't gotten in contact with him. And I remember the last thing he was telling me, he was like, Mariah, I have to like block certain people. I'm thinking, and he never told me he was gonna block me. I think he said he would be. The reason why it concerned me, I think he said he'd be talk to me later or something. And I'm like, I have not seen him since. So I'm like, did something happen? I remember his ex-wife was like, I'm not sure if they're, I think they were in the process of stuff was going on, and he was saying to be safe, I might have to block you, but I don't know if he was talking about me because he was saying his ex he had to block, like I'm talking about his ex as my ex, also my ex-friend. Her name was Jackie. He had to block her. I don't know if he had to block me because I didn't say anything like sexual or whatever the heck they were talking about. I didn't. That wasn't. Our conversations were normal, at least on my point of view. I don't know if that could have been used against him because I wasn't doing anything, and I don't think he was. We were just talking as regular people. Even though I know people try to, unfortunately, some people can be a bit vindictive when they're going through like marital issues and stuff, and possibly divorces can use that crap against. And I know that he also wasn't in the best headspace, which is why I was more concerned. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am it's not like I could do anything, and like, he's from Michigan, I'm from Maryland, I just know we were not even close to each other, which is why I was like, Mariah, if I can't hear from him, I'm going to go find him. I wanted to go find him, and if I had an address, I probably would have went down there to find him, even though people are like, this is weird, Mariah. I bet people are like, you're weird, Mariah. Going to go find I need to find my friend. Like most people, even if you don't know, if you've met someone in person, I want to find him. I don't care. I just need to make sure he's like safe because, particularly also for me, being a person who has mental issues and has dealt with depression, anxiety, and suicide attempts and survived them, I know that any kind of thing, stress crises can cause yeah, there's no, unfortunately for that, you can't, there's no way to know if you've been, I don't know if there's a way to know if you've been blocked. It almost makes me, I almost want to get that app again just to, dang, I almost want to check Line today now that I'm thinking about him because I keep, I feel like, but it was weird because I had this one dream where I was really pissed though because he was being mean to my sister and I was like, I say, oh, then I got mad and then I pinned him on the darn floor so he couldn't get up and I told him to say you're sorry and he was like, no, I'm not saying I'm sorry. And I was pissed as hell. Like, I was so pissed. And I was like, I don't know why, but the dream felt really weird. And it was weird because it was almost like, in the dream, it was weird because the car looked like it was big enough to sleep on the ground, which makes no sense because in cars, you can't really sleep on the ground, obviously. I know this in real life, but in my dream, it made kind of sense that there was no space to sleep on the ground, like as in there was no divider on in the car, and the seats had enough room to sleep. I don't understand it at all, actually, when I think about it. But that was weird to me. How I just thought that was an interesting dream. Like, I wish I could. I like see if I had his ex-wives or his. I'm not sure if they were separating or something at the time. So I wish I had her number because I would call. Like I would literally call. Like I've called. I even tried call. Actually, no, I did try calling. I tried calling because online you can call because your number can be attached to the Line app, and sometimes that's why when I called him this one time, he was like, "Why are you calling me, Mariah?" And because he knows I don't call, and the only reason I called is because his wife at well, I think I'm not sure if they were married at the time. They might have been dating or whatever. The wife he was with the last time I talked to him was like, Mariah, reach out. I need to know where Chris is. And I didn't know where he was because something was going on, which I won't say on camera. And I called, and he's like, and then he messaged me back. I'm like, why are you calling me? Which with his little attitude part. And he gets arrogant also when he's not to me. He's never done that to me because I wish someone would get arrogant to me when I'm trying to freaking help you. First off, back to saying, um, I know his wife was saying through the stuff he was going through, he was talking to her rude like, see, and she don't sound like one of those people that plays with that bull crap. And it's so and his wife is cute too, pretty. I saw a picture of their kid. Their kid looked like him to me. The kid looked like Chris. Um, but that's another reason I'm worried. Like he has kids. I know his dad had just like passed before he like left. It was like that's why I'm another reason I'm kind of worried. Because I think he was really. I'm pretty certain he was really close to his dad, and I'm sorry if you can hear that. So I'm worried about his mental state. I know he has some issues, had some issues that were going on, possibly legally at the time. I think I know both legally and personal, and something else that was going on outside of his personal life that was happening. I just want to know he's okay. I know this is people are probably thinking I'm unreasonable. I'm not trying to be unreasonable. I would do the same thing for anybody. Like if I knew Mildred and Nick, if I had a more in-depth like connection, not that I don't have any connection with you guys, but if I talk to you offline, like off a year, like how I did with Chris, I met him. Funny thing is, I met him in a game, and the way we connected was weird because one of my former friends who I don't talk to anymore, that I used to meet in this game, we were doing. I told you he was the one I met through like the situationship because he was like, Mariah, you should come. Like, thank God I didn't do that because I wouldn't have been ready for that first off. Okay. He was the one like that I met through this game, and we were talking, and then I was talking to Ryan first because he was trying to like make me come out of my comfort zone, kind of sexually in a way. And then he was like, "Oh, okay, talk to Chris." I did not know Chris was married at the time. This made it weird as hell. And so later on, he was like, "Okay, Mariah, I'm married," and so, like, I didn't know that the wife was reading the messages. Not that she was ashamed of it, but just kind of odd now that I know the whole story behind the shit. I know a whole lot. He has a wife that he is divorced from, which is based on what I know, she cheated on him, which is why this whole situation is shitty. Because it almost made it seem like she wanted. I almost wonder, did she want him to like do these messages to me? I know she was reading it. I know that they. I'm not sure if it was. I think it was him and the ex-wife, the first one. That I told him something and they did what I told them. It was weird, but no, I think that is weird, Mariah. I didn't think about it in the past, but I'm glad I didn't do anything with either one of them because that would have been a whole situation that would have been a mess. And then, then, actually, I think our friendship would have been weird if that had happened because it would have made it more. I would have been physically. I'm sorry, I would have been emotionally attached because let's be honest, I already know this. I learned this. I figured this out. When you have sex with someone, you become emotionally attached to them. It's like a whole thing. I did not know that before I had sex. I didn't know that at all. I didn't understand that. And I'm like thinking, I am grateful I didn't have sex with him or his wife or had the threesome or whatever. And because we would have been emotionally attached, and that would have been a whole nother added problem. Because I'm thinking, then I feel like if the lines would have been blurred, and then the friend, I wouldn't know what, I don't think I would understand the line between the friendship and the whatever that was. Yeah, I think that would have been like odd for me personally. And yeah, and I was honestly wouldn't have been I wasn't ready for that, and I'm glad that didn't happen at that time because I think I would have been confused as hell. Like what did I probably would like what the heck just happened, and I don't think I would understand. I think I would have made myself more confused when it came to sexual desires and stuff. It would have been confusing for my brain. Like I don't think I would have been able to comprehend that. I'm just glad we just stayed friends and we didn't. I didn't. I at the time I didn't. I understood what was being asked of me. I'm glad I did not do anything on that fault because then the wife couldn't. I feel like if that had happened, the whole situation would have been like, oh my gosh, we would have been. There the wife that he's currently married to, or at least the last time I talked to him, he was married to. I think that would have been a problem. I would think that would have been a problem only because she would have been thinking, oh my gosh, you had like this thing with my current husband, and then now you're thinking, then she'd be thinking, because I know she thought me and Chris had something together, like, I don't know, I guess the way we talk is very intimate. It's not even in purpose, it's just how we talk. We just talk very, like, that's why I said that. That's why I say about the emotional connection we have. I don't know why we have it. It's probably more because we were like at the beginning of when we started talking, it was like a sexual thing. It might be that, and then it just transpired into it was a friendship, and the sexual component was taken out. So there was still this emotional connection. It just that it changed to regular conversations. That, and I know that people were like thinking. Actually, I had more people than one. Were like, okay, Mariah, you guys like acting like you're together. I guess in a way, I guess maybe we were acting that way, but we weren't actually together. We don't like. We just had a friendship that went before it wasn't a friendship at the beginning, so it formed into a friendship at the after that whole situation. We stopped doing that, and then he was like, we need to stop doing this because I'm interested in someone else, which I understood at the time because he was already divorced and he was talking to my ex friend Jackie, and that's not why we're ex friends. It was her fault why we're ex friends. She did some stuff that I didn't like. That I didn't like trying to accuse me of things that weren't even true. I think it's because must have had some lingering feelings, which is not my fault, by the way. That's her own fault, not my fault. I'd rather her, instead of accusing someone, maybe just ask them a question. I was drawing something for her, but she didn't know this. I was drawing something for my poem. I had made a poem about I forgot what it was about. It was one of my poems that I have on YouTube. and I was drawing a drawing. It was a heart, and so I was showing. Oh, hi, Matt. I was showing my friend Chris like what the heart looked like, and I didn't finish it, and she was like, "Okay, Mariah, make sure you're not like cheating on your. What did she say? She just said, make sure you're not cheating on the person you're with, or like this is weird. You're sending like I don't see what the big deal. I'm saying a heart. It's a picture I'm drawing, which it's not my fault. You're interpreting it that way. I wasn't doing anything. I was drawing a heart, and I was drawing it, and I was trying to see how it looks because I think it looks good, but I don't know if anyone else thinks it looks good. I I told you I think Jackie still had feelings for Chris. I really am glad that I didn't want him with Jackie anyways. I told them not to get together, and they didn't listen to me. And then they want to come to Mariah and say, "Oh, Mariah, I told you were right or whatever." And freaking bullshit, man. That's some bull. Like, don't come to me and say I was right when I told you not to put me in the middle of this bull crap here. I told Chris, don't get with Jackie. Did he listen? No. Jackie, don't get with Chris. Did she listen? No. And then you have to talk about me being in the middle of this crap. This is not my problem. Like, I told you, neither one of you to get along. So you should have known also, we live in the US, our time zone is different, and then he's working when she is not working. How the hell do you think that's gonna? Well, I don't know why you're getting on my case. It's not my fault. You know, the in the UK and the US have different time zones. Like me and Chris's time zone, I think matches up because I think we're both on the east side. I'm pretty sure. Do not judge me if I say it wrong. Um Michigan is on the same coastline as mine. I think it's on the east coast. And if not, I'm sorry for anyone if he's like an hour or I think he's either an hour behind me or the same coastline. So whatever time it was for me, it'd be the same time. So he'd be working. He also would tell me he would like, oh, I worked these many hours and like I don't know why are you getting on my? This is not my fault. You didn't work out. I told you not to do this. Like don't come to me bitching when I told you not to do this. I literally told you not to and you did not listen to me. So how is this my problem? And I also thought, I just thought it was only one thing I would say that was weird to me about. I don't mind, no, but the thing is, for me, I was friends with both of them. So, oh hi, Jr. And thanks. Um, I was friends with both of them. I don't know if I'm still friends with Chris. I don't know where the heck he is at. I'm definitely not friends with Jackie. It's her own downfall. Trying to make it seem like I was cheating on my ex, which I was not cheating on nobody. But back to us saying, I think it was not. One thing I did think it is important is to protect my space, and I did do that as much as I could. I think that's important for everybody. You have certain boundaries that you don't want crossed, and I think for them because I was friends with both of them. I think they thought, okay, Mariah, I can tell Mariah this, and there was a point I remember when Jackie was like, "Don't talk about Chris to me," and I'm thinking, this is not what the. See, this is why I told them not to get together because Chris never said that to me. He never said, "Don't talk about Jackie to me." She doesn't know this, and I'm never telling her because I'm not talking to her. There was a point where he was like acting. I don't know if he asked anybody else. He asked me. He told me these two different situations with two different girls. Okay, one was Jackie, and one was his. I'm not sure if they're still together. His wife, or I'm not sure if they're ex-wife now. I'm not sure what she is now, but he was talking about like the situation with the two girls, and I'm thinking he started to ask people like, who should I be with? And he asked me, and I'm thinking in my brain, I didn't know that these were. I found out later they were two different people. I thought he should be with his wife, the wife. I mean, the one who he ended up marrying. I did not want him to be Jackie. Let's be freaking real. I did not want him to be with Jackie because I just didn't think they were good. But that's just I'm also biased because I don't think they were good together. I think he should have. I was glad that he picked the one he picked because I was like I like her, and I remember in the game I just pissed me off. One thing I will say, the people in the game were so bitchy and rude to the girl that he was with because they kept saying, "Oh, this girl is fake. Oh, this girl is Chris." I don't know what Chris did. I can't say all the stuff he did because I was not on the game forever. I was not on there when stuff was going down, and there was stuff that was going down in the former alliance I was in, that he was in, and then I became in, and then I left the game because I was like, this stop, because the crap was becoming toxic, and I was not dealing with I didn't like the toxicity, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm leaving this crap. I'm not doing this no more. Like, the leader was being a bitch. That's what she was being. She was being a bitch to me. She doesn't understand people that are autistic, obviously. Because I said something, and she wanted to come in my little message and act like, oh, Mariah, you shouldn't say that to me. They're just trying to help. Whatever. I don't care. Doctor was saying. The whole group was irritating because like everyone was getting in. It seemed like the people in the group were getting in relationships, and then the problems were coming in. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this shit? And I'm like, okay, whatever. I cut off friendships with certain people. Like I was like, okay, I'm not doing this bull crap. I don't. Most of these people were like 30s and 40s, they're acting like freaking teenagers. It was getting on my damn nerves. I'm thinking, I remember there was this thing where the two girls I knew, one was Jackie, one was this other girl named Kat. They liked the same guy, and I guess they got in an argument or whatever. And then I took Jackie's side, which I should not have done because I didn't know this dang situation, which is it was a whole damn mess. This is why I don't like alliances or being in groups of people because of this shit. And then I had another game where I met this guy named Mason, which was the worst idea I've ever dealt with in my whole life. He had some problems. I don't know what was going on over there. He lied and said it was his birthday when it actually was my ex's birthday. Well, I was dating him at the time, my ex. So technically it was my boyfriend's birthday at the time. He said, "Oh, this is my birthday," and he ruined that whole day for me. I'm just like, literally, when I think about it, it makes me so angry. Um, had me terrified when I woke up, and because he was like, I've never had any. Because I have my own mental health issues. I would never do that to somebody. Pretend that pretend I would never, ever, 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 and I've never done it. Pretend that I'm going to do something to myself, like take a picture of some pills in my hand and then not respond. Like, what the hell? No, because I look at it, was like freaking panicking and crying, all this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Like, the one attempt I know he was trying to do, I don't know if he actually tried to do it or not, but I know he was telling me he was mad at me because I stopped him or whatever, which I don't even know if he was playing with me or not, which he could have been, which is some shit if he was doing that. Like, that's some shit to do to somebody. And then I remember he was like, the reason he was doing the suicide attempt, if he actually did it, which I don't know if he did or didn't do it, which I'm not saying I'm okay with him doing it, first off. I'm just saying if he was manipulating me, he is a bastard for that. And the reason he said he was going to do that is because I wouldn't send him something I didn't want to send him. And I have every right to set, that's my choice what I do, not your choice. What to do with my body is my choice. What I decide to send or not send is my choice. You don't tell me what I send. And the reason, and then I was stupid enough to give this piece of work a freaking second chance. And the reason I gave him a second chance is because he told me, oh, Mariah, I changed. Yeah, no, he didn't change. His ass was a Mariah, be nice. I can't. I'm trying really hard not to get in because the situation makes me angry. It does. He's one of those people I would suspect would R me. Like the word with the R and the E at the end. That. And the reason I think that is because there was a time I was online, there's an app for gamers, it's called Line. And he like messaged me with this picture of his, area, whatever, him in his car and his stupid pants or whatever stuff down. And he was like, I'm effing you. And I'm thinking, what is this like? In my brain, I'm thinking this must be some kind of damn joke. This is actually happening to me. And I'm thinking, and he was the same. This is the same guy who said, if I call you, I'll stop calling you a whore and a slut if you answer the phone. I'm not answering no damn phone to someone calling me a whore and a slut. Like, who the hell are you? Don't talk to me like that. And the reason he was mad is because I said, I'm not leaving my ex. Well, he was my ex at the time. I'm not leaving my boyfriend for you. Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that? And that's not my problem. You have some kind of weird obsession with me. I ain't my problem. And I'm so glad he's not in my state because I'm worried if he was in my state, he would have raped me. I really do think he would have raped me. I literally can see it happening, and actually really terrifying when I think about it. Because he sounds like one of those people that don't accept no. When I say no, he doesn't accept it, and that's not, to me, that tells me everything I need to know about that person. I've dealt with multiple people that are like that. I don't want to deal. I don't need. I'm glad none of those people are. Well, one is near me, but doesn't know where I live. So he lives in Virginia, but thank God I don't think I don't. I think he forgot about me, which is great because I don't have to deal with that ever again. And hopefully, I hope to God he gets them. I hope everybody, all the guys that have been acting like, I don't even know what I would consider that. I was gonna say psychopaths, but I don't even know if that's what that would be. It's a word of sociopath. Get the behavior. Yeah, I think he is the controlling person that I do. See. This is why I don't give people second chances because when I give people second chances, you see what happens. Yeah, I don't. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but some people don't deserve it. To me, it's interesting when you see guys that are on the same page. Like, for example, my friends. Well, this is after had broken up with my ex, and my friend Raul. They were like, no, it's because I've learned. I've been through a lot of different crap. Okay, but particularly from men. I'm not saying that women can't be as vile because they can. Um, but unfortunately, I've dealt with a lot of crap from men. I know the trauma from that video chat thing is like wrecked me, and it makes me never want to. It makes me not trust men, and it's not all men either, because not all men are shit like. Obviously, of course, Nick is part of the ones that are not shit like, and my ex is part of that. There are a lot of men that are not shitty, but unfortunately, the ones that are shitty make you not trust, make me not as trusting in men as I used to be, and just really actually makes me sad when I think about that. I don't trust every woman either, because some women are shitty too. I had a woman stalker, so like you can't trust all women either. It's just the whole thing. You can't trust everybody. I wish that was the whole thing. I wish you could trust everybody, but obviously we know you can't trust everybody. Yeah, maybe I'll call this "Be careful who you trust." That might be what I'll call this one today. Um, Nick, do you know what it says? I don't want to click it and I'm scared. Oh. Yeah, see, I wasn't going to click it. I was about to click it, but then I was like, okay, never mind. It's a troll? Oh. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. I didn't expect we were going to get into trolls, but thank you. I just think that, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, no, you're not the troll. You didn't even say anything. How could you be the troll? Um, Back to that saying. I think that obsession is not good. And I think people that are obsessed with people need to get some kind of therapy or help because, like, it's not healthy and it does more harm than it does good. Especially the ones who are obsessive and then turn that into stalking, and that's the one that's what scares me. The ones who go out of your way. I've literally, because I've dealt with. I wasn't really online. It wasn't online. I don't even know what it begins. Actually, it was technically online stalking. Technically, actually, that's exactly what it was. It went from the lady was on my Twitter, then she found me again, added me, then blocked me. Then she came on my YouTube channel, then started messaging me like. No, I know you're not blocked. Um, at least I don't think you are. I figured I knew who you were. Matt. We were talking about he was talking about the Lucas guy as a troll. But oh my gosh, are we getting another? Wait. What does the message say? Is it good? Because I'm worried. I don't click it anymore. You already know I don't click it anymore, Nick, because I'm scared. Because I've had Is there another troll or something? Oh, I can show that. Wait, the one that just came above Mildred's? Oh, you were catfished. Okay. Okay. Oh, I've never been catfished. You're not. No, I think because there are certain words I've had. I'm sorry you were catfished. Matt. I see. I don't know anymore because like I don't know. Because like only because the only time we ever get the held in review messages are typically from like people that are mean bad, and obviously I know Matt doesn't mean any bad. I don't would not I would not I don't ever want to be cat. I know actually technically I was catfished. I didn't think about that. Technically the whole chat was catfished from by Warren, if that was his real name. Who the hell knows anymore? I forgot we were catfished here on this channel when Warren was on here. Do I feel bad for him? Not really, because we tried to help him. So, but he just didn't wasn't taking it. So, if that is his real name, who knows anymore at this point? I don't know. I know that we tried our best. I can not only do what I can do, and the behavior of like honestly, hence why I put this as a subscribe only because we had a lot of trolls, and in the last year and a half we've had a lot of trolls, and one Monday live stream there was way too many in session, and they thought it was ruining the environment of the atmosphere, and so I decided I put a poll out, and most people said, "Yeah, we want to put this subscribe only." So I was like, "Okay, if they agree with me, then that's what we're going to go with for Mondays." Um, we've just had a lot of weird experiences on here. We've had a lot of disrespectful, some racist, some sexist, some like disgusting, inappropriate stuff. Unfortunately, some of the stuff I did not read, and unfortunately Nick had to read, which I feel terrible about. Every time I think about it, I feel bad. Um, because I don't think any human should have to read that. Even if it's not towards them, it doesn't matter to me. It still feels like the blame is on me because I'm the one whose channel is happening on. Um, yeah, I definitely took away from the live stream. So I started once now. All three of my live streams now. Well, all three of my live streams are now going to be subscribe only. It's my Mondays and my Saturdays, and whenever I do my celebratory live streams, which we did one last Wednesday. It's actually really good. I did not expect that poem to turn out the way it did. Actually, I was surprised. I actually really like the poem. It will be out. Well, the poem is already up on the channel, but I'm gonna make a They went to an effort to. That was so stupid. Wait, but that was stupid though. That part where they went to subscribe, then they commented, and then wait to block it. Because I think they thought there was not going to be any trolls on, I'm sorry, any, moderators on the channel. I don't even, if they did, I don't think they knew. Um, I think that it's the importance of this channel is to protect people's safety. I'd rather do that than get a lot of hours and from people that don't care about the content but want to badmouth things and make it unsafe for people. Um, yeah, that's what I think. But what do I know? I'm just Mariah. Um, yeah. Hey Matt, I got a question for you. Did you like change accounts or something? Because I remember you had another account before. Like, did something happen to it? Or did you like change accounts or something? I'm just curious because I know you had another account before. I remember. Um, honestly, I feel, and also it makes for people that want to actually subscribe for the right reasons to subscribe, not the ones who are being crap like to just subscribe. Um, and I noticed a lot of the people that are trolls, besides the one from today, won't subscribe because it takes more effort. They have to wait 5 minutes. They can't talk, and they realize they can't talk until like the 5 minutes. I put a 5 minute. You have to be on here 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if it was the same account because it looks different from my end. So I thought maybe it might be different. Maybe he just changed the name of it. That might be what it was. And the name might have been changed. That could be what it is. Um, but dang, what the heck did I say I was gonna mean this during the video? I mean this live stream. I can't remember. Ugh. Yeah, but I definitely will have the poem written form on Thursday. It will be out. I know Amani wants to buy it, but I don't know if she will because she said she might not be able to afford it, which I understand that, and I know not everyone can afford my art, and also not. But I'm glad that I don't put it to an extreme amount because I know people can sell their art in hundreds. I don't do that at all. It's no one knows that amount. Like if you want to buy multiple pieces of art, that can get you in the hundreds. But like if you buy just one piece of art, no, it won't be in the hundreds at all. It's not that kind of a price range. Um, and thank you to Mildred and Costas for buying my art because they're the two that Mildred definitely buys my art. Costas buys it from time to time. So those two are the two ones that I know buys my art. Actually, no, those are two that have bought my art. And I know they have. What am I gonna say? I'm thinking. I wish it wasn't this windy, dude, because wind is like making my brain like thinking there's a storm coming, but I don't think so. Any questions before I go? Because it's almost 2 hours, and I know people have way longer streams than this, but my body is getting tired, and because I'm introverted, it does get tired a lot easier than most. It's windy there where you are. My goodness, if it's windy there, then yeah. But earlier, I remember the wind knocking into the house. It sounded like not really. Thunderstorms are okay. Besides when it shakes, when it shakes the house, when it thunders so loud it shakes the house. I can't stand that. Because that's happened before. But yeah. No, Jay, I hope you like the art when you see it. I think you will. I think honestly, let's be honest, you typically tell me what you feel about the art. That's the one thing I really, really like reading when I read it because it makes me actually think about my art differently because you see it in a way I see it in a one way and you see it in a different way. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Any last questions before I go? Because we're almost at 2 hours and I didn't think it'd be that long. I thought it was going to do 1 hour. Luckily, my voice is still held because it was bothering me earlier. I'm assuming there is no more questions unless Matt has one. I don't know. You're like literally, I think you're my number. I think Mildred and you are like my number. Well, I was going to say number one cheerleader, but I can't do that because then I'm going to be favoring. When's my next live stream? For Monday or for Saturdays? I do Saturday live streams, which are different disability scripted topics, and then my Monday live streams. So which one do you want? Do you want my Monday live streams or my Saturday live streams? I have two different ones. One on Mondays, I just talk about whatever comes to my mind typically, and my Saturday ones are scripted and on a particular topic. Because if you're talking about my Monday live streams, it's going to be Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, as always. But if you're talking about my Saturday live streams, they're always at 12 on Saturdays, every Saturday. And these are every Monday at 4. Is that what you're talking about? Hopefully. Oh, you're talking about the Monday? Monday, yeah, okay, so Mondays at 4 p.m. So we've been on since 4. My body is tired, so I'm going to let it rest. That's when they are. Do you need to write it down? Wait, do you need me to say it again so you can write it down, Matt? I like open talk because it shows you get to see my personality more, and you kind of get to, I feel like the reason I love my Monday live streams is because you get to know more about me typically, if you ask. But we had a lot of, used to have a lot of crap happening, so I put this like this. What I put it like, I made it more. Oh, you're gonna put it on. So it's every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time zone you're in, so I can't say that part. I live on the Eastern time zone, so when it's 4 p.m. here is when I stream. I don't know what time it is over there, so I can't answer that for you. Okay, so you're the same time. Okay. Well, I'm glad I answered your question. And guys, have a great week. See those who come to my Saturday streams on Saturday, and there will be new art on Thursday, and there's also going to be some more new art on Sunday. And anyone that wants to buy those arts, you can look on my Patreon under the shop tab and on the my coffee account, and it's under the shop tab too. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.